Somebody asked, how do I get away with all the big ribbons and no chip out? See that? It's chip out. That's basically because it's banging on it as it hits this one and then hits this one. Currently at the moment I don't really care because that's all waste anyways. I gotta admit, I'm a little intimidated by this. So that's why this is all set up like this. I'm gonna turn as much as I can away because there ain't very much holding it on back there. So I'm gonna try to do what I can here, as far in as I can before I remove any of this, and then probably get this back in there. You know. Alright, what I do have is the resin is still running on the back side of this. Not real bad, but I'm not going to mess with it because I don't want to mess that finish up too much. I may have to respray that, and I'm a little worried about overspray in the mortise anyway. So this is being really rough on the tools, on the dirt or whatever's in it, but I need to sharpen that. And like I said, I'm going to go as far as I can into this. Everything seems okay so far. I'm still only running at 500 RPM. I had her up to 6 and you've seen it wobble off on me, so I slowed it back down to 5. That's all we're turning at right now. I'd like to go faster. bet you guys weren't leaning on the lathe like that, you wouldn't be wiggling. Hey, look at that. You see I got a mess. I haven't been out here for a couple days. I was filling some cracks and seeing if it was going to do any more cracking, because it has cracked since then. So I still probably got yay far to go in. But if you watch right here, this is moved. Oh, you can't see it here. I can't see it. How do we see it? How about right there? See it? Whoop. Whoop. But anyways, this did come off the lathe on me, so I got some scuffs right here, if you see them. I'm not sure how to fix those without getting any overspray on it. And I'm also still getting, you can see it coming out and running up the, there you go, see it right there? And so it's running up the, and I'm not sure, and like somebody pointed out that putting CA glue on top of an acetone goo isn't going to work, because CA glue is dissolved by acetone. The whole thing, period. So anyways, let me wrap this up. So we're rolling at 1,050 right now. You can't really see it. There's a little bit of wobble to it because it's out of round now. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to be straightening out. I'm going to try it with a Bubba here real quick because he's less aggressive than anything else, and see. Alright, so I may just sand most of that. I may sand most of this up here, because clearly I'm not touching quite a bit of it, as you can see in here. So I'm going to try to go from like here in, with a Bubba. With a Bubba. What I did notice was that Bubba doesn't want to slide on this very much. I haven't really ever used these. I didn't like them because how I turn, that's in my way. So, you know, kind of up here and out. But hey, we'll see. Let me make sure this is still tight. I don't want it coming off again. It did wound me when it did. I got a pretty big gash in my arm. So here, you see it here. So what it did is it came off in between, and I'm going to assume this got me here because I was turning. And it just stayed on the, lathe, but the chuck was still spinning, and that's what put the gouges in the back of it. So it didn't really mess anything up other than me and say the bottom side of this. So we will see here. Yep, how it is. 80 grit on through them up to, who did that? Put that one on there. Get rid of that, put a new one on. 80 grit up to 800 grit. And I'll make you watch, you know, this one and the last one. Because it's going to take me a minute to sand all this. And I still have to figure out how to repair the back without screwing all of it up. Okay, put your mask on, dummy. I will be right back. What do you think? Is that better? Can y'all hear me? Face diaper on. Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute. Almost as dusty as I am. Okay, since I already know exactly where those boo-boos are right there in those fingers, I got to use a product that has denatured alcohol in it, and I don't want to know exactly where they are any more than I already do. So, rubber glove. Mylan's cellulose sanding sealer. So I think what I'm going to do is something in the lines of this, and just push this down in here, and hopefully just to cover that up for the most part. That's the plan anyways. Hopefully that keeps out the overspray. Let me make this go away here. Maybe. Wasn't too bad now, was it? I'm only going to be turning at 50 RPM, so I'm not really that concerned with it. I do, however, have to wipe that resin streak out of there. And now we want to go down to 50 RPMs. That's what we get right there. And I'm going to put a whole bunch of coats on. I missed a little right there. I couldn't see the glare. I should have just been looking in that, in over there. But we'll let that dry and come back in a bit. I got a sticker from John. I know I'm going to butcher this. I am sorry, John. Markowitz. I'm sure I butchered it. But anyways, he just has a Facebook page, so I will put that in the description below. Your sticker is right there, John. Thanks for it. I'll get one out to you in the mail. I have not done it yet. And I also got a sticker from Tanya. I think it's Beecher. I follow her on Instagram, and I'll put that in the description below also. Okay, Tanya. Oh, they're right there. It blends right into the wall. Did you see that? Okay, so I tortured you guys for 3 weeks. Tortured me for 3 weeks too, because I was expecting it to do a lot more cracking than it did, so I was kind of letting it do its thing. Now I've got a lacquer finish on it, and I've got some air bubbles I have to deal with. But for the most part, I am happy with it. I wanted to stop here because it looked great, and there's no runs. It's really big too. I think I'm gonna get a tape measure here. Oh, hang on. I think we're like 15 by 8 inches total deep. So yeah, with the scale, we are roughly 15 inches. And then, how am I gonna do this? We are what the hell? Right at just under 8. So 7 3/4 inches tall. That's probably the biggest bowl I've ever done. She is a little heavy on the bottom. I did leave it kind of thick because I was worried it was moving, so I left it a little thicker than I normally leave a bowl. So, you know, she's on 3/8 of an inch, maybe a little more. And of course, you know, this is all solid down here now. I haven't taken that out yet because I'm still debating on if I'm going to put it back on the lathe and try and fix what's in here, because it's not real bad, but it clearly needs to be sanded off and then redone. But for the most part, there's some swirls in that, but it, you know what, for what I did, it looks great. I mean, look at that, just look at that. I gotta thank Clayton Bink. He comes to Michigan 4 times a year from New York, and you know, we've gotten to be friends over time, so he comes out and he sees me every time he's here, other than the last time, but they were busy. I mean, everything's understandable. But this is awesome piece of wood, Clayton, thanks. I'd let yours dry out a little more because this one was still just a hair wet on the inside. And he's afraid of his too. but this is just, it's just awesome. Look at that. And then even down in here, that was probably a stick or something sticking out of it, and there is some resin in it. So, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I did do some filling with some CA glue, you know, here and here, and on the inside also, because it kept cracking. And the same thing over here. There's some here. Now this crack here, I filled it on the inside, but not the outside, and I can feel it, but it's not real bad. But in general, I'm pretty happy with that. It's, look how big that is, how pretty that is. Except for the little bit of weight here at the bottom, but you know what you can do. I like it. It's not going to slide off the table easy. So yeah, this video was a little long also. I tried to leave as much in as possible on things I was dealing with and that. Like, you know, I'm going to try and touch these little air bubbles up. I don't need to do that on camera, and I don't need to draw this out anymore. So, I will try and get pictures. I'm not going to be able, I'm going to have to do it outside. I can't get that in my photo box. Well, I can, but I can't get back far enough, and it'll just... So anywho, our pictures at the end. Give her a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'll see you guys next week. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.